Hello everyone. So this video will be just a a discussion or a clarification of what you have read in your last email about how you're going to be evaluated in this class. And I should perhaps say instead how this semester is going to, wind up, how we're going to sort of finish things. So today, we are Thursday, the 9th of April, right? This is you can think of these last two videos being your last class, right? And now you will have 2 weeks to review for your final exam. Meaning next week there is no class, right? It is the week of Easter break. You in your calendar you can see that it's shaded off in blue, and then our final class will be on the 23rd. I think I indicated it was the 21st. Yes. I'm sorry, the 22nd, excuse me. Our final class will be on the 22nd. So think of that will be the day of your final exam, right? So how are we going to do this final exam? Well, obviously you're going to do it at home, and you're going to do it using, your computer. Hopefully you can get you can perhaps use your phone for some parts, and I'll try to explain that. So you are going to hand the different parts of these exams. You're going to send me an email, right, with these documents as, MP4 files, or as I would say, hopefully, please try to convert these into Word documents. Otherwise, it makes things a lot more tedious as far as getting these corrected on time. So I will send you everything you need to take these exams. I'll send you sort of the blank exam that you're going to fill in on the 21st by noon, right? And you have up until the next day, the 22nd, by midnight. So you will send these things back to me on the 22nd by midnight. Okay, so in a little bit less than 2 weeks' time. Right. So what will that be? So now I'm going to, what are these things that I'm going to send you, and so what are you going to send back to me? So one of these parts will be a reading comprehension exercise. This is fairly straightforward. We talked about this before. I mentioned how I not to repeat myself too much, but this is something that I sort of encouraged you to prepare for just by watching stuff you like or that are interested in English, whatever it may be. That'll just make you that'll sort of train your ear and make you better understand recordings. So I will send you two things. I will send you what we can think of as a sort of a test. It's sort of a series of questions. And they're just going to be factual questions, just to make sure that we're only looking for one thing, and that thing will be is have you understood the recording. And then I will also send a recording, right, an MP3 file, right, that you will listen to and then answer the questions. It's that simple. And so you answer the questions you in a Word file, and you send me that Word file by mail on the 22nd, but we'll try to do it before midnight. Try to do it at noon. Don't get yourself into a pickle, right? Wonderful. That is the listening comprehension part, right? And the second part is going to be what we call oral production, or it just means that you're speaking, right? So I'm going to send you. I will send you a series of words and a sentence. Right, and I will just ask you to, and I would like this to be an MP4. I would like to send me an MP4 file. I'd like to see you doing this, right? Okay, want to make sure that that you are who you are, right? So please make this a video file. You can record this on your phone. That's perfectly fine. So I will ask you to read a series of words in a sentence, and that's all. Right, that's all you'll need to do. And then lastly, the third part is that I will send you another Word document that you're going to sort of fill out, if you will. And that will be a written exam, which will cover the material we've seen. And it will be a lot like the quizzes we've already done, right? Okay, so you all know what we have learned. For example, there will be questions about transcription, right? Which will be, you have to know your consonants, of course, right? You have to know that we recently, last week, we saw diphthongs, right? You have to know your diphthongs. And part of that is knowing the short, I would say really focus on the short long, right, R colored value, and the reduced value for each vowel is long, and know your consonants, and you'll be fine, right? We actually, this week, we learned the new alternative short value for you. Once you have all those, you have, if you, please study those. These will really make your ear a lot sharper, right? And this will make you really need to work on. These are these sounds of English, and they'll really make you a better speaker. I know it sounds a little, it seems as if it's a little bit academic, but it's really sort of, think of it being sort of a catalyst to making you a better listener and a better speaker. So we're going to do there will be some transcription, right? And it will be you will know how to transcribe if you, make sure that you're familiar with the consonants and the basic values for vowels, okay? And of course, if you want to transcribe successfully, you're going to need to take word stress into account, right? So the word stress, there will be questions on word stress, which of course are going to involve neutral endings, right? Okay. Then there are going to be involved the stress imposing endings, right? The two kinds of stress imposing endings, the series that assigns stress in the final ending, and then that other series, right, that we actually discussed in the video that you received this week, that assigns stress on the syllable before the ending, right? Make sure that you watch these videos because there are some new ones that we have seen this week. So that will be, I would say, the most if you study these things, you should be okay, right? That's pretty much it. Make sure you know the neutral endings too, okay? And this is summed up. I'm just sort of speaking through this everything I'm telling you now. You will find it in written form in the mail. So this is just in case you have any, I don't know, you might have some doubts, or sometimes hearing something is a little bit more convincing than reading it. So that will enable you to please be ready to receive these documents and practice, study these things, and you should have more than enough time to successfully complete this course. So I wish you the best of luck, and I look forward to seeing you. Let's say that I look forward to seeing you in the fall. Take care.